welcome you guys to Headwaters Outdoor School, our website, and our new, what I call Tim Talks, kind of after the TED Talks, which I've so much enjoyed listening to some of the great speakers for the TED Talks. I realized a while back that we have so many incredible teachings that happen at our school, and I give a lot of talks, and I'm one of these kind of speakers that it just kind of flows through me. I don't really have notes and charts and things. So a lot of times, you know, the people that are here in the school, they benefit from the talks, but then it's forgotten or something like that. So I wanted to start to attempt to put these on our website so that past students, current students, and future students could come and listen to them and hopefully benefit from some of the teachings. So I'm going to they're going to be fairly informal. That's kind of the way I speak. So bear with me if I'm not a slick production, but I think the information will be very helpful. So just to start, and this is just kind of letting you start an introduction kind of to countless talks that we'll have over the year. Nature is, to me and my teachings in the school here at Headwaters, it's the foundation of all that there is. The planet Earth is the most amazing living being that there is. It is our home. And let me just take you back on a quick journey, back to 1968. Our astronauts were on the far side of the moon. It was the first time they'd ever been there. And the moon, actually, not the sun, but the moon started to rise into the picture, and it started to glow. And as they looked beyond the front part of the moon, they saw the Earth rising behind. And they took these incredible photographs of the Earth and the moon, and they sent them back to the planet, our planet Earth, and they went public all over the world and our country. And I think it was one of the first times human beings, realized that is our home. That beautiful, glowing orb that lives in the huge universe and universes beyond, that regulates the sun. They realize that the Earth is a living being. I mean, it speaks of living. When you look at the Earth from space, you see it. It's green, it's blue, there's clouds. You can almost look with special vision and see all the countless animals and insects and reptiles and birds and humans and the water and the cloud living on the Earth. It speaks of something living. Our ancestors knew, without a doubt, the Earth was living. And this was pre-science. Once science came into the picture, so many of us needed proof in order to believe something like the Earth could be a living being. And once it did happen, it was miraculous. Science said that the Earth is a living being. Science said that itself. Now, of course, it's not a living being exactly like us humans. It's not a living being exactly like my dogs that are sitting here with me right now. It's a unique living being unto itself. It's not better or worse. But the thing about the Earth, more than anything else, is if you look out into countless universes, we do not know of another Earth. It's the only one that we know of. There could be more, but we don't know of it. This is our home. It gives us life. It provides life for all the other millions of living beings that share this Earth with us. And our Earth, right now, at this time in human history, is in grave peril. Not only do we have global warming knocking on our door, but there's just simply 8 billion people on the Earth, and it's growing daily. Everyone wants a refrigerator, a car, a house, a boat, this and that, clothing. It all comes from our precious Earth. Human beings have to build a deep personal relationship with nature. If we do not do that, we won't protect the Earth. We won't care for the Earth. And the Earth will continue to degrade to the point where countless more species of animals will die off because of humans. And eventually, human beings, if we don't die off in vast numbers, then we will simply be struggling greatly. None of this has to happen. The Earth is this boundless being of living life that contains us It's our home. My premise is that once we build a personal relationship with nature, not one where nature is outside of us, but one where we understand on a deep core, heart, spiritual, loving level that the earth is us and we are the earth. We are one and the same. There is no separation, truly. When we know that, then we will take on what I believe human beings were absolutely meant to do. It's one of the main reasons we're on this earth. It's why we are here. And there are many other reasons we're here too, but this is the foundational one. And that is to be earth caretakers. Earth caretakers. Care for the earth. Tend the earth. It's the right thing to do. It's the kind of thing when you do it and you own it, your whole life shifts and changes. Everything gets better. Everything. But we will not care for anything if we don't have a deep, loving, personal relationship and respect for that place. We have to be able to feel the pain the earth goes through from overlogging and from pollution and the damage to our coral reefs and the endless wildlife that's wiped out, on and on. We've got to be able to feel that and then take those feelings and put them into action and become earth caretakers and help other people to be so. And if we do that, we have a chance to live way into the future in a good way and care for this precious place. If we don't do that, it's anybody's guess what's going to happen, but I can't imagine it's going to be good. Now's the time. This current generation of children being born and growing up, it's all going to happen in their lifetime. For future generations, we have to do this. For all the living beings on the earth, we have to do this. I really learned earth caretaking when I acquired my land in Mount Shasta, where I'm sitting right now and where our school is, Headwaters Outdoor School. When I first came to the land, literally I sat for hours and let the land speak to me through feelings, through knowing. And the message I kept getting over and over was, you're going to be the caretaker of this land. You are going to know every rock, every plant, every animal, every track, every tree, my favorite beings of all trees, every body of water. You are going to be the one to care for this land. And at the time it sounded great, but I didn't realize how profound it was going to be till I took that on. And as I took that on, I grew deeply into this place of understanding what it is to be a caretaker for the earth. And literally our land, and I've observed this, because of the beauty of it, the way the earth holds it, the work that I've put into it, and that all the students and people who love this land have come and put their work into it, has created what I call a medicine in this land, a deep medicine. And I've noticed when people come and visit this land, even people like the UPS drivers, people that don't have any supposed connection at all to the earth, and people that do love the earth, when they come, profound things happen to them. They have epiphanies, deeper thoughts, more understanding of why they're here, more purpose in their life. And I don't question it. I see it happen. I have no way of understanding it from a scientific point of view, but I know it happens. It's profound. And to build a deep connection with the earth means the earth every day is your friend, your partner, your guiding light, the place that gives you food, water, shelter, home, a place that inspires you with beauty, endless beauty. When you build a relationship with the planet Earth, and a deep one, and you take on caretaking, your whole life takes on purpose, and your whole life begins to work. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be easy. There is a caveat I'll put out there, and that is that when you build that personal relationship up, when you go that deep into the earth, there's something that happens that can be risky, and that is, not only do you see all the beauty, all the good things, more wildlife, more nature of all kinds, you have the trees start to speak to you, the rocks start to speak to you, the water starts to speak to you, through feeling, through signs, through symbols. But what also can happen is because of your sensitivity, you'll see more of the harm that's done to the earth. You'll see the pollution happening more. You'll hear about it more. You'll understand it more. The earth will tell you about it. You will become more aware, and not only will your awareness show you the beauty, it'll also show you the harm that's being done. So in order for you not to go into a dark, funky place, in order to stay inspired to work and fight for our earth, you'll have to be aware of this and find ways to mitigate it in your life. To me, the answer is easy. Just get out in nature. Too much of the time, we don't get out in nature. Even people who love nature, and they say they love it, and you know they do. They'll look at pictures. Hey, I'm a photographer. I love people looking at beautiful pictures. They'll look at books, TV shows on nature, but they're busy doing busy things, and they don't get out quality time in nature. And I mean time where you're just sitting, or you're just walking, and you're exploring, and you're feeling. You're not always on an agenda, rushing around. You're taking time to just be. Because the earth connects with us. The earth teaches us through time, through energy, through the acquisition of space that happens to come together between the two of you, the earth and you as a person. There's a space where there's a molding that takes place between the two of you. And often, you never know that in your conscious brain. So you need to put time in order to build the relationship up. And it happens in stages and leaps and bounds. Okay? So you've got to do this. And it's fun. It's good. Why wouldn't you want to do it? So this series is going to be all about the different kinds of subject matters that we teach in the school. Like barefoot walking, like climbing trees, like primitive skills and why they're so good, like tracking, going out in the woods and running around like a wild person, all the different kind of skills. There'll be many things we'll talk about and share here. I might just get inspired sometimes and come on and do it. I want every person who listens to these to realize you can take whatever is here and go off and do the best you can with it. Live it fully. And my hope is that you will. Is that you'll take it, that you'll go off and you'll caretake for the earth. You'll inspire other people to do so. And in so doing, will change the planet forever. It's been said by a number of really great people in this world that it only takes 5% of the population to sway the other 95. So if 5% of us can become earth-loving, crazy freaks, and we can really live it through action, it will catch on, and the rest of the planet will jump in. Really, we have no choice. It's now or never. So please look for these talks. Join me on this journey. Come to our school and get inspired personally. And just remember to get out in the woods. It's the best place to be. I'll leave you with this statement. And that is, go out into the woods. It's the best place to be. It's one thing to really think about. But there's another thing, and that is, go out into the woods. Go out into the woods. Go out into the woods. If you don't go out into the woods, your life will never begin and nothing will ever happen. That was a famous quote from a children's book that I read when I was a kid. Go out into the woods. Go out into the woods. If you don't go out into the woods, your life will never begin and nothing will ever happen. I know it sounds crazy, but the connection with nature is the foundation for everything else to grow out of it. No different than a tree growing out of the earth, and a plant growing out of the earth, and an animal being born in the earth and growing. We are of the earth, human beings. It is our mother, and if we care for it, that will build the foundation for our lives, for everything else to happen. Even in our personal lives, it'll come in to play in every aspect of our lives, and it will be better. It's a win-win situation. So thank you for your interest in your time. You're all precious beings, and I really look forward to delivering on some really nice talks in the future. Ho!